If you invested $20,000 into a high-ticket online business mentoring and education platform with the intention of creating time, financial and geographical freedom in your life through online business, and you hadn't created that result, you hadn't succeeded, would you be upset? Would you blame the creators of that mentorship academy and education platform? Would you feel that it's their fault that you haven't achieved that result? And if you answered yes to that, I would urge you to watch this video. So if I was to ask you, who's responsible for your success? The answer is you, right? It's only you. Your success is dependent on what goes on in there. It's not dependent on having some magic tactic or magic strategy or secret formula or something like that. Nobody can make you successful. The only person who can make you successful is you. No course, no training, no mentors, no nothing except yourself can make you successful. And until we own that, we're not going to be able to transform and do what's required to achieve success in our lives. And an example that I use a lot of the time is take the gym, right? So let's say that you'd invested in, you wanted to get in great shape. You wanted six-pack abs, for example. And you've invested in a gym membership, an expensive gym. Maybe you've even got your own personal trainer. Now, if your intention and your mindset is that because you've spent that money, you're now entitled to six-pack abs, you're not going to get six-pack abs. Because you can't just lay back and say, I've spent my money, I've bought my gym membership, I've got my PT, right, I've done my bit, now they need to make me have six-pack abs. Go on, make me have six-pack abs. I've paid my money, make me get the result. That's not how it works. You've got to do the work. Whether you get six-pack abs or not is entirely on you. It doesn't matter what gym membership you have. It doesn't matter what personal trainer you have. They are tools that will support you, but whether you get the result is 100% on you. And so by the same token, people who start in online business, 90% will fail. And if you're part of the 90% who's invested money and you haven't achieved the result and you failed, and then you're upset and angry at something else like a course or a mentor or a person, you're angry at them that you haven't achieved the result, you're missing the point. You haven't achieved the result because you haven't done what's required to achieve the result. Nobody can make you do things. You get to decide what happens in your life. You choose what results you get in your life by the actions that you choose to take. Now, if you did exactly the same things that somebody else who's already achieved success did, would you get the result that they got? Yes. Take the gym example. Again, a lot of people, if they're getting into this environment where they want to create something like six-pack abs, for example, if somebody was to go to the gym and say, look, I've bought my gym membership, I've got my personal trainer, I've been, that was 6 months ago and I still don't have six-pack abs and I'm upset and I'm angry and I feel that you've missold me and lied to me and blah, 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 right? You say to them, okay, cool. Well, have you done the work? They're like, yes, I showed up to the gym every day. You're like, every day? Well, most days. I showed up most days. Okay, cool. So when you showed up, how many sit-ups were you doing? Well, mostly it was quite a lot. Sometimes maybe not as many. But most of the time I was doing most of the sit-ups. Okay, cool, right. And so you've been to the gym, you've done most of the sit-ups, and you're upset because you haven't got six-pack abs. Do you feel that you've done exactly what somebody else who has six-pack abs has done? Yeah, I did my sit-ups, I did the same thing. Okay, what about your diet? Oh, I don't focus on diet, I don't focus on nutrition. Okay, so have you done exactly what they've done to achieve or to get the result that they've got? Well, I've done some of the things that they've done. Right, so you haven't done all of the things that they've done. You've been telling yourself that you're doing the work because you showed up to the gym, but in actual fact, you haven't been focusing on nutrition, you haven't been putting in the same consistency, you've been skipping days here and there, so you haven't been consistent. Therefore, you're not going to achieve the result. And is that the gym's fault? No. It is you. It is your fault. And the sooner you own that and stop blaming and stop showing up with this victim mentality that someone else can make you successful, the sooner you will start creating the result that you want. Because when we blame, we are disempowered. We are putting our success in something exterior to us that cannot create our success. The gym cannot make you successful. Only you can make you successful, and the gym is a tool that will help you do that. But if you blame the gym and think the gym is the reason you're not successful, you are completely oblivious to the fact that you are the reason you have failed. And as long as you are oblivious to that fact, you cannot change it. You have to take responsibility. And it's the same in business. 90% of people fail in business. Now, my intention, I really want to help people succeed. You know, for my YouTube channel, I put a lot of time into creating a lot of content to help people succeed. I really want to help people to succeed. But one of the things that I've had to come to terms with over the last 3 years or so is that I cannot make someone successful. I cannot control the outcome of whether they're successful. I can influence, I can empower, I can guide, I can mentor. I cannot control, and I cannot make. That is on them. And if someone was to, let's say, invest $20,000 in me, right? They invest $20,000 in me. Can I give them $20,000 of value? Hell yes. I know that. But I cannot make them successful. And if someone expects that they've invested and therefore that entitles them to success, I cannot make them successful. They will fail, and then they'll blame me. It's on them. And so in business, if people are choosing to make that investment, they're choosing to acquire tools and resources and mentors and education that's going to help them. Great, that's fantastic. That's one of the steps required. Invest in yourself. But that doesn't entitle you to anything. And if systems, you know, if we look at a system or an education platform as the reason that we failed, we'll have other people achieve success using that resource. The answer will be yes, because you wouldn't have invested in it if nobody else has achieved any success with that system. The reason you've invested in it is because you saw that there were results that you wanted to replicate. So if somebody else has achieved the result but you haven't, what's the difference? The difference is you. You're the variable. So stop blaming other things. Take responsibility. You know, use these tools, use resources, invest in yourself, invest in education, do all of these things. But the second that you catch yourself thinking, oh, because I've invested X amount of money, that entitles me to a result, or they're going to make me successful, and if they don't, it's their fault. If you're running that thought process, you're going to fail. Because if you're not willing to take responsibility, you're not willing to get uncomfortable enough to change or to transform. If you don't think that you have to change or transform, and you think something else is going to do it for you, you won't change and transform. And if you don't change and transform from who you are into who you need to be to achieve the result, you cannot achieve the result. Because if you could achieve the result as the person that you already are, you would already be doing it. Change and transformation is required as part of growing and moving forwards. And if we're blaming and feeling we're entitled to a result because we've invested in something, we're putting the success or what's required to succeed into something exterior from ourselves. We are becoming a victim, and by doing that, we are no longer able to transform. We can only transform when we accept responsibility. Own it. It's on you. If you want to be successful, you decide to make an investment in education and mentors, it's on you to get the result. If you don't get the result, there's no one else to blame but you. I hope this video hasn't come across as too much of a run. I know I get passionate about this because people's success, like seeing people fail and then staying in this victim mentality where they're blaming things outside themselves, it really drives me crazy, because I want to see them succeed, but they don't want to see themselves succeed. They want someone else to make them succeed, and that's going to keep them trapped. I really want to make sure, you know, if anyone's watching this video and you've got those thoughts, that's fine. Accept that you're human, but choose to let those thoughts go. Choose to accept responsibility, right? Whether you succeed or not, it's on you. I really hope this helps. And if you want more videos like this, videos about mindset to help you move forwards, what's required to succeed, overcoming fear, believing in yourself, all this kind of stuff, make sure to subscribe to my channel, because there's plenty more videos that I do, not necessarily this ranty, but plenty more stuff that really is designed to empower people to move forwards. But as I say, I can't make people succeed. I can just empower, that's all. I try to. So If you have any views on anything that I've talked about, I genuinely would love to hear from you as well. So please comment below in this video if you have any, differing opinions on this or any experiences of this. I'd love to hear it. All right, so please comment below. Thanks very much for watching, and I will speak to you in another video. Bye for now.